Hello and welcome to Peanutopia. Let's now take a look at the first scene of the short film. For that, I want to start with presenting these little peanut creatures. So they look a little bit like peanuts that have come to life, and also for their size, I want them to be around as big as a real peanut. And they all have this peanut shape, but still I wanted them to keep some individual character traits, like for example, some are more round with defined curves, while others look a little bit more square. And I also added some size variations, which are intensified by the peanut amount. So the one here is inspired by a peanut that has 3 nuts inside, so it became pretty tall. And then on the opposite, we also have those two over there that have only 1 nut inside of them. For the faces, I want to orient the proportions around a child's face to make them look cute with those big purple eyes. And then at the top of the peanut, there's also this part which I wanted to transform into hair. And I changed it also a little bit for everyone so that they have individual hairstyles. For the colors, I also wanted to keep the original peanut brown beige colors, but to make it a little bit more vivid, I also have these red parts at the cheeks, but also some accents at the hands and the feet. So they are not only the little helpers in Peanutopia, but they also play another very important role by connecting our world and the peanut world. Because they are the ones who bring the peanut butter that is produced in Peanutopia to the humans. And that's also what's happening in the first scene. We can see a family's kitchen, and there the peanut creatures arrive with a jar of peanut butter to bring it to the residents. Here you can see the blockout that I made, and I used this one as a reference to create the concept art. So as you can see, it's a very open room with a kitchen island in the middle and those chairs around it. And for the color palette, I also wanted to keep some peanut colors, but I also added this pink red touch to make it even warmer. Then there are also some green accents for the plants. Also at the windowsill, there is a part where there are some herbs growing. And to add a little bit more life into the scene and also give a little hint who the residents might be, there are some leftovers of a breakfast, a book, and some clothes lying around, and also a few toys scattered around the carpet. It all starts with a iris in that is peanut shaped, and then the camera moves around the kitchen to finally zoom into the area next to the sink. There a purple mist emerges, inside which the peanut creatures appear. At first they almost fall into the sink and are a little bit confused, so they have to orientate themselves. But after a while they see the corner where some shelves with the supplies are gathered, so they decide to go into this direction. But one of them doesn't really want to participate in this whole thing, so it just goes into the direction of the windowsill. While the others are moving, the camera zooms into the peanut that is drawn onto the label of the peanut butter, and this then transforms into a more organic shape with more details, which is the island of Peanutopia seen from above. So that's kind of the transition into the peanut world, and that's also where the story continues afterwards. So that was it for the first scene. Of course, another very important part of the story will be the creation process of the peanut butter, which I want to show in full detail. So step by step, we'll also be heading towards that part. But next time I want to create one of the peanut creatures in 3D and also do a little test animation. So hope to see you there. Thanks and bye.